I don't usually start my episodes in the Nether, but we're actually going to be here for quite a while. Because today, we're building a ghast farm. I have thought about how I want to get my gunpowder, which I want to get soon. And I decided I don't want to build a creeper farm this time. I could, and I might eventually, I don't know. But right now, I kind of think I want to do a ghast farm. I don't need, like, stupid amounts of gunpowder, obviously enough to get myself around on rockets, but I've also not built a ghast farm, so I want to give that a try. I have, in the past, designed my own creeper farm, which works pretty well. I remember when I built that, I forgot to actually test it in, like, the spot in my world where it was going to be. So what I ended up doing was designing it in, a super flat world, and then not taking into account that there would be, like, elevation and things, which is kind of important when you're talking about building a farm that you're actually going to use. So I am going around gathering up a bunch of this. Oh, that was it. Okay. What a tease. I'm going around and gathering up a whole bunch of the magma blocks. Oh, also, hello. My name is Chuck Ross, and we're playing Minecraft. And then maybe up from here, I think we'll start going up. Hopefully we don't hit too much stuff. Maybe the ladders will protect us a little bit. Now, I believe south of me is where the... There we go. So I'll need to go that way, I think, to get to the Soul Sand Valley. Because that's the best place to build a ghast farm. So that one seems like it's not quite high enough. Because I think I'm looking for 127. If I remember. There we go, 127. Minus 128 by 187. I think I'm good to go. Let's get those out of the hand. We come up here. Look at, like, this pixel. Oh, what do you know? Before I move, let's make sure. Negative 128, 187. Okay, so this is the block. Ooh, spooky. So I brought some stuff with me to try to break this bedrock. Hopefully this works. This seems to be the one that people use now, I think. I did not bring a whole lot of equipment, but it should not be a problem. So if this is the block to break, I want to face it to the side. That goes there, like that. And then, what was it, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And lever, TNT. Okay, I think we're good to go. I think this is it. Let me change my interact button to, like, enter or something. And then I need to place it, like, right over there. Okay. So we hit that and then go... Hey, did that work first try? What? Okay. That's awesome. I didn't think that was gonna work, I'm gonna be honest. I thought I was gonna be at that forever. That is pretty cool. Why can I not place you there? Is there a sneaky block that I'm not... Oh, okay. That's what it is. No, let's see. Music controls. Yeah, probably... Nope. Controls. Keybinds. Probably ought to set my interact with button back to... There we go. I was very confused why I couldn't place a ladder here. So that explains it. Maybe we will make ourselves a little pillar here to remind us where we came from. And let's top it off with the trapdoor. And south is this way? There we go. South is this way. I think I just need to go this way. And eventually I'll run into the Soul Sand Valley. There we go. Okay. That is a little farther than I thought, but not too bad. So let's see. We need chunk borders to make sure that we're going to be entirely in a Soul Sand Valley. And I think I'm going to make this a square. So this is going to be 4 chunks in total. And hopefully this is not a bad way to do this. I would imagine it should be fine. So I think we'll go for it. I believe we are entirely encased. For now, I think we'll mark off. That's the bottom corner. And then over here. Is this too big? I don't know. We'll see. On second thought, I think what I'm going to do is build a single chunk farm. And then if it goes well, but not well enough, I'm going to build another one. And if those end up not working, maybe I'll try a different farm style. Because as of right now, I'm just going to do the one that's the magma and powdered snow. Because I personally am kind of, I don't know if terrified is the right word. I'm kind of scared to try doing the portal farms. So for now, I'm just going to do the powdered snow on the magma ones. That should be fine. And link to the description of the video that I'm following, obviously. But here we go. The farm itself was super easy to build. I just followed the tutorial from Blazed MC on YouTube, which again, link in the description. I will say that there are a couple things that you really need to tweak about it, and that's going to be the top comment if you're looking at it with the sort by best. Basically, you have to change where the platform is that you stand on to a specific Y level. I also just changed the kind of layout for the tracks because I have enough that I could do that. So, you know, I also end up making this 4 chunks of ghast farm because the rates are really not great. So, you know, kind of spoiler for the rest of the video, but that's just kind of how it is. That's it's not a great farm, but I think that's kind of just elevation and the fact that it's a single chunk spawning platform. So that's kind of the limitation of that. But yeah, it was easy to build. It was mostly just gathering materials was the hardest part, honestly. Okay, that technically means that it has worked. And I was only up there for a couple seconds. So I think it is time to go ahead and give this a whirl. All right, so this is our spawning platform. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And let's take a little bit of a cheaty cam look. Ooh, wow, okay. Nice. Now this is not going to be the fastest farm, but it will work. I'm just one guy who uses rockets, so do I want to do another one? I could do another one. That's kind of why I wanted to do 4, because that way I could make it, 2x2 chunks and then just AFK in the middle of it. I think that'll be okay. I could probably do that. I'll give this a go first. We'll let this run for a while. See how that goes. Okay. Be back in a bit. Well, I have AFK'd up here a couple times, and it does what it's supposed to. It does what it's supposed to, very slowly. It's about, maybe a stack an hour. That's not great. That is not great. So what I think I'm going to do is double down. Or should I say quadruple down? I'm going to build 3 more sections of this farm and hope that it does what it hypothetically should do. I know that's not how it works. I know that what I'm going to get is slightly better rates, but I gotta try, you know? So yeah, I have run a couple tests. This was a little over an hour, maybe. This was a little under an hour. Or maybe they were all the same, and it's just kind of luck of the draw for a lot of it. This was 1, 2, 3, 4.5 hours. And this was 3 and a little bit over hours as well. So overall, it's bad. I want to say it's fine, but it's not. It's so not fine. It's rough. So I think it'd be funnier if I double down. Does that make sense? Is that the right choice? I mean, at least I got enough rockets and more gas tiers than I will literally ever use. What do you even use them for? Is it like a potion, maybe? I don't think I can just search ingredients. Okay, I could make like 4 stacks of dried ghasts right now. I feel like it's in a potion is what I think is going on. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna quadruple down and we'll see how that goes. This is a lesson in the law of diminishing returns. And what is it? There's another thing. Something about gambling, I want to say. I'll find out. But yeah, let me get this stuff down. Now, I am going to keep the sorting system separate. So the pickup method is going to be just for this chunk, and then one for this chunk, one for that chunk, one for the other chunk, because I think having it one for each would be too slow. I feel like I get despawns then. I feel like I might get them even if I did one for just half and then another one for the other half. So this is basically 4 individual units. I will obviously break the this thing here, but yeah, I think we're just going to go for it. The sunk cost fallacy is our tendency to follow through with something that we've already invested heavily in, be it time, money, effort, or emotional energy, even when giving up is clearly a better idea. That's the word I was looking for. And to be clear, the farm itself is fine. This isn't designed to be like a main source of gunpowder, but that's what I decided to use it as. So for that, it might not be great. Well, that is every single section built. And now I just have to clear out the chests in case I had any. Yep, I thought so. Because there were a couple that spawned in. It wasn't devastating because all of this is gas-proof, except for like the rails and torches and stuff. But other than that, it should be fine. Now all I have to do is get up to my AFK platform, tear down my little my little chest hidey hole, and move the platform to the center of the 4, I think. Now, I think I can do this simply by taking F3, currently facing north, which means my home portal is this way, which means that this is the left side, so I need to go that way. It actually might be a better idea to build this entirely out of glass, because I think that's a thing. I'm trying to remember what mechanic that is, but I think that's the right choice. I will do that a different time. I just want to make sure that it works first. I just want to make sure it works right now. All right, so let's stand right in the middle, which this is close enough. We will take our little cheaty cam down. Okay, well, that's a good sign. I was kind of worried about the sections where the chunks meet, because it's kind of an awkward distance where the farm has them spaced 3 apart. And I think this is the best way to handle that, so this way they're all still going to be touching something. Yeah, that seems to be going pretty well. I think this is going to be pretty good. It's definitely not quadrupling the rates for sure, but it does seem to be better. Because I've done this a couple times when I go to AFK this, when I just had the one. And it was always, you might get one or two, and then it'd be 30 seconds to maybe a minute and a half, honestly, where you'd get nothing, and then something would pop up. So this feels a little more constant. So this might be a good test. Okay, let's run it for a couple minutes and see what happens. Okay, I just said that, but I'm super happy to see that they're spawning in this corner. I was kind of worried that setting up the AFK spot in the center of the 4 chunks might kind of limit the range a little bit, because I can't see the mob range, like the circle that they can spawn in, because I don't have carpet mod that would let me see that. But yeah, I'm super happy that they're actually spawning all the way out in the corner. That means that they're taking full use of the entire platform. That's good. Okay, back to just waiting, I guess. You know, I really thought the sunk cost fallacy was going to be a thing with this, that like building a larger platform wouldn't really increase the spawns all that much, or at all even. But it turns out this was pretty much quadrupling the size of the farm, which honestly is exactly what I was hoping it would do. I couldn't be happier about it, actually. All right, well, it has been about an hour, and let's see what we got. Yeah, I had a feeling that'd be the case. All right, so this one just left, which means it just finished unloading. Okay, so I got just under a stack from the first one. The second one, ooh, okay. Let's see, maybe let's lay them out a little differently. So let's go like that, and then there. Okay, and this one, nice, okay. I am genuinely surprised that actually quadrupled the rates. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, it was worth building the quad version. I am definitely going to have to do something about the collection system, because I don't feel like running around each 4 corners every time I do this. But overall, I'd say this is a pretty good haul. I will have to figure out what gas tiers do. It's probably like a regeneration potion, I want to guess. Actually, I have that bookmarked. I could just look it up. Let's do that. Nice. Okay. So I will be able to finally start doing like normal rocket stuff with flying. I'll be able to go and actually find a Badlands to get terracotta from. I'll be able to get netherite. That'd be nice. But I think that's going to be it for today. I think next episode we're going to do some building stuff. That'll be fun. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I have been Chuck Ross. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.